You know guys, I haven't made a video like this in quite some time, and funny enough, I actually do have a playlist filled with videos of just this kind of stuff, where we talk about a bundle and we talk about why you probably shouldn't buy it, and how it's a complete waste of money. And for today, I kind of just had the feeling that I might need to bring this back because it's another crossover, and not only is it a crossover, but it's a crossover that we've seen already, guys. And it's kind of funny because a lot of people will say, oh, here we go again, Fooly's making the same video, he's being repetitive, all while playing Call of Duty, and we're talking about a bundle that we literally just saw last year, and it's not even the first or second time that we've seen it. Guys, we're talking about the Snoop Dogg pack, the Snoop Dogg bundle. I think it's called Return of the SHIZZLE or something like that. If you're familiar with the channel, you know a lot of my talking points when it comes to bundles and why you shouldn't buy them, and some of the easiest ones I can pop out with are like, you buy bundles and it literally just gives the devs incentive to not do anything with their game, to not update shit, to not do anything meaningful because they realize that they can just profit off of gooch lickers or fanboys of the crossover, right? I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of Snoop Dogg fans that are not too happy with the Scatmaster, and a lot of gooch lickers that are gonna claim that I'm pocket watching or I'm too broke and this and that. Look, let me just tell you right now, off of these videos, I can afford the Snoop Dogg bundle. Every single time you buy a bundle, it gives the developers reason to not do anything meaningful with the game, because no matter what the state of the game is, all of these other ways for them to make money off of you without actually improving the quality of the game, they're gonna do it. And unfortunately for a lot of us, a bunch of these fanboys and gooch lickers are very quick to give their money out to fucking Activision. But this Snoop Dogg bundle is actually a little bit special, and not special in a unique way. I mean special in the fact that we literally just got Snoop Dogg last year in Vanguard, and I made a video about Snoop Dogg in Vanguard last year, and let me tell you, the comment section was it was really interesting. And nowadays in Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2, I think it's very safe to assume that the Infinity Ward fans are they're very passionate about the gooch that they place on their palette. And so I'm just gonna go out and assume that the comment section is gonna be a complete cesspool of dog shit. And on the topic of dog shit, let's talk about this Snoop Dogg bundle itself, because what it comes with are 3 blueprints. There's the Life of the Party, which is an AR, I don't know what that is, it looks like a TAC. There's a Toke Force 141 weapon blueprint, it looks like the P90. And then the Wild and Free weapon blueprint, which are 2 SMGs or 2 pistols. I'm not too sure with what weapons are in this game at this point. I'm just gonna let you know right now though, I personally feel like I've seen these blueprints, at least something similar to them, before. They don't look like they stand out at all, they don't really have this Snoop Dogg theme to them. That's just my opinion, but we also get Snoop Dogg's Death Row Records chain as a weapon charm, which is kind of cool. You know, he recently acquired Death Row Records, that's cool, whatever, right? There's a Snoop Dogg emblem, which looks fucking stupid, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then my favorite part is that you get the High Rider vehicle skin, which is just a fucking car. And yes, that one, I understand the theme of it, you know, it's like early 1990s West Coast vibe. I understand it, alright? To the Snoop Dogg fans, I'm very, very acclimated with Snoop Dogg. I understand a lot, okay? All I'm telling you is, this bundle doesn't look very fucking special at all. And of course, you're gonna get the Snoop Dogg skin, which is always gonna look iconic because it's fucking Snoop Dogg. And you're gonna get all of his voice lines, and I've heard some of them already. He does like this fucking crip walk dance type shit as his finishing move, or whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know, guys. I'm just telling you right now. Yes, it's Snoop Dogg. Yes, it makes sense because it's Snoop Dogg, but is it actually worth $20 to $25? And yes, you can use your COD points, but the point remains, is it actually worth it? But that's not even my biggest gripe with this bundle, okay? You can look past, you know, how simplistic it is, and you know, it's very basic for Snoop Dogg standards, if you know what I mean. Now, if these had like tracer rounds and there were like fucking joints popping out, maybe, I guess. I mean, isn't that like Snoop Dogg's whole thing? The man can smoke a blunt the size of fucking Lizzo, am I right? I just wish they went a little bit above and beyond. And before you ask, no, I'm not buying this shit, so I'm not actually gonna go see for myself, but I'll be be sure to check when I'm shooting bodies to see if the Snoop Dogg bundle is anything unique. But that's not even my biggest problem with this bundle. My biggest problem, and I've talked about this very little before, is the fact that we just got Snoop Dogg last year in Vanguard. Now granted, Vanguard is a dog shit game, but this is the thing, Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 is also a dog shit game. And the fact that they actually decided to bring him back to back years is pretty stupid. And the fact that people are willing to buy him last year and this year are also pretty fucking stupid. If this doesn't scream out like corporate fucking greed to you, I don't know what does. Because this isn't even the first time we've seen bundles reappear in COD. I mean, back in MW 2019, there's a handful of bundles that made their way into MW 2019 Part 2, and hardly anybody bats an eye, right? Usually because nobody fucking notices, or it's like one little blueprint, or it's one camo, or it's one design, and usually not very many people realize it. But this time, it's Snoop Dogg. How much more could you possibly stand out? And so across 2 years, you're telling me that you're willing to spend $40 to $45 on just Snoop Dogg? Really? In a video game? Like pixels on a screen? You know, you can use that money to, like, I don't know, maybe support him with his albums and mixtapes and whatever the fuck else he's doing. Going on TV with Martha Stewart and shit. You know, there's other ways to support him other than, you know, giving your money to fucking Activision, who thinks you are dumb enough to buy him twice in a row, which, I mean, to be fair, a lot of Gooch lickers and a lot of Infinity Ward fans probably would. And yes, I know one of the main criticisms that I'm probably gonna see in the comment section is, oh well, you know that your bundles cross over into the next Call of Duty, right, Fooly? Yes, I am very well aware of that. And let me just tell you right now that if you trust Activision's word on this, I'm just gonna let you know right now, I have a feeling they might be doing some loophole type shit where they say all of your operators and blueprints cross over, but something tells me they're talking about actual Modern Warfare canon operators. You know, like some of your default skins can cross over into the next game, or some of your bundles that actually make sense. I don't know about these crossovers because, you know, there's licensing that goes into it, and I don't know if they have permission to do that. When it comes to licensing and copyright and all that kind of shit, there's a lot of different loopholes, there's a lot of different laws, rules, regulations, all that type of shit. All I'm telling you is, I wouldn't be surprised if the next Call of Duty comes out and they say, oh, you know what? Homelander's not making it. Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj's fat cow udders are not making it into the next COD because we had to license those for a year straight. And are they willing to let that go into the next Call of Duty, knowing that there's a bunch of gooch lickers and fanboys that they could simply profit off of? Again. Oh, you want Snoop Dogg in Modern Warfare 2019 Part 3? Here's another $20 bundle. Go ahead, go crazy. I mean, they already did it once, what's stopping them from doing it again? If it's not clear enough, guys, I don't really have a problem with Snoop Dogg, and I've said this before, and even last year when I made my video about the Snoop Dogg bundle in Vanguard, I made it very clear. I got no beef with Snoop Dogg. I got nothing bad to say about him personally, or whatever his bundle specifically is, although in this year's bundle, it just seems a lot more lackluster than it was last year. All I'm saying is, when it comes to Activision and the behind the scenes shit and the principle of buying a bundle and what it means for Call of Duty nowadays, I just don't think you should be buying bundles. It just so happens that they're trying to profit off of stupid people by seeing if anybody's actually willing to buy Snoop Dogg 2 years in a row, which I'll tell you right now, probably a lot of people would, and that's the point of a video like this now, isn't it? When people inevitably start talking shit in the comments, calling the Scatmaster broke, or saying that I'm pocket watching. If you're a true Snoop Dogg fan, then maybe instead of getting bodied in the comments section by the Scatmaster, maybe you just roll up a blunt, watch the video, go eat, sit on the couch, do absolutely fucking nothing, and shut the flying fuck up. How about that, Okay, now that I have your attention again, let me remind you, every single time you buy a bundle in Call of Duty, you are incentivizing the developers and Activision to stop doing whatever they're doing that's meaningful with the game and make more bundles for you to buy. They don't need to improve the game, they don't need to patch any bugs, they don't need to add any more content, not that the content that they're adding is anything good, because they realize that some dumbasses in the community are willing to give them more and more and more money. You might call me a clown for making this video, You might say whatever you need to say about me for talking about Snoop Dogg and for talking about bundles, call me broke and all this shit. Let me tell you something. I'm not buying the same bundles 2 years in a row. I'm sorry. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Are you buying Snoop Dogg for the second time in a row in Call of Duty? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a very long time.